Right, hello everyone, welcome to Wheelspin Racing League, round 6, Brazil, into Lagos, short qualifying followed by 50% race. Bit short on the grid tonight, brought it forward an hour obviously because of the Canadian Grand Prix in real life. Had more than this signed up for some reason, if you're not turned up. So whether they'll join during qualifying, one or two, we shall see. But in a way, we're here. We're going to give a race. They are. I'm just going to talk about it. But they're going to give you a race. And I reckon it'll be fun. Brazil, I think, almost one of everybody's favourite tracks, isn't it? I think Brazil. Been around for so long. I remember playing F1 games in the early 90s where Brazil was a completely different layout to what it is now. Still into Lagos, but it was a different layout. Senate didn't exist then. So, yeah. It's an interesting track back then. It's probably a better track now, to be honest, than it was then. Sorry, what did I get up? And yeah, so we've got the tyres up, which is good. This car's starting to come out of track already. Looks a bit dingy as weather. I see some skies, perhaps we're alright, but that view there shows us is a bit dark. So, Winter places out on track first in a way, so we will stick with him for now. See what sort of lap he can put in. So as you can see, 12 on track for now. It's, I don't know if we might have one or two joining in quali. There was definitely supposed to be more than this, but bit of a shame because attendance has been good last few weeks. I'm not sure why not this week, unless it's something to do with the real life Grand Prix. As I say, we brought it an hour forward so it doesn't clash with that at all. So perhaps it just meant that those that aren't here couldn't do it in a way because of the time. Obviously, people are in different time zones and everything. So, well, we just went out to 13, so someone's joined. Who's that? Once place crosses the line to get the first hot lap underway then. I have no idea who just joined. If anybody spotted it, feel free to tell me. Once place gets a little bit of a toe there as someone that's etched in the pits in an Alpha Tauri. So round he comes, our current champion of course, from last season. All looks pretty good so far to me. Keeps it nice and tidy through there. Looked like he was on full power. Obviously they're popping up certain purple sectors at the moment because he's first to a lap, but pretty sure he's going to be up somewhere up there at the end of qualifying. So across the line he comes in and starts us off with a 1:07.2. So that's a good lap to get us started. Not sure what's happened to Sky Pele there, but he slowed right down. Lads, early in his lap. Bob Dylan's gone P2 then 1:07.8. Meki 1:07.8 as well. P3. Leno P4 1:08.3. I'm trying to see, there is I think Greg is on his way around to complete a lap, so that's 1:08.5. That's in P5 for the moment. Silver Eagle went across the line P2 1:07.7. So McLaren coming round. Is that Ghost Rider? It is indeed. It's Ghost Rider 1:08.7. So Glad's next. Yep, so Glad's will be next. So let's go with him. Oh, Ghost Rider's lost it. Coming out to Senna S. And is out of qualifying. He got a time on the board, but I don't think it's a time he's going to be massively pleased with. So Glad's then heads to the line. He crosses the line and it's 1:07.6. Puts him P2 for the moment. Let's go back to Glads because we might just catch Ghost Rider's car before it's cleared. There he was on the right. Just saw it disappear. So Ghost Rider will play no further part in qualifying, but we'll be back for the race, of course. It's the main thing. Arthur on his way round then. It's all about speed. It's only the one turn in the final, what I'm going to call the final turn in all night. 107 P2 does Arthur. Nice lap. There is a Ferrari on its way round. I think it's Cristo coming up to start a lap, so let's go with him. The car that's on their way round to the end of sector 2 now is the AlphaTauri. I'm sure that's Glad's just finishing an in lap, so we won't bother switching. Let's watch Cristo. Coming up towards turn 4. His teammate's not a million miles up the road from him on an outlap, so, but Cristo's going to back out of that. He's made a mistake. I don't blame him for backing out of that. That was a mistake that was going to cost quite a lot of time, so I think that's why he's backed out. So nobody currently on a hot lap now then. That's Arthur continued. I think he did try, but he's invalidated, so let's go to Sky Pele then. In the AlphaTauri. Normally you find anybody with Sky in front of the name, I'm sure Sky's the name of the league. And they're usually pretty quick, the Sky guys. So, two good things. 17 flat in sector 1. We've got a lot of Brazil coming up. Brazil today. Wheel spin. I won't name the other leagues because I haven't got permission to do so, but another league I'm in is their final races of the season, and they are all at Brazil. We're doing Brazil at least 4 times this week. 100% as well, apart from this one. Oh, and Sky Pele's round. Just caught a curve on the outside and it's thrown him across the track. No chance to correct it. So unfortunately, Sky Pele is out of qualifying with no laps on sets. Probably going to mean he starts from the back. As Tesco comes round to complete his first flying lap. There's P7, 107.9, decent lap from Tesco. Like Vito. It's just coming up towards the end of sector 1. 17.3. So, makes his way into the more complicated second sector. Interesting track in that sense. It's a first sector where you've got the Senna S, which is quite a complicated little sort of S corner. But other than that, it's a straight, all about straight line speed, followed by a very technical second sector where it's all about downforce and cornering, followed by a third sector which is basically the corner we've just seen. Now, all these are numbered corners, but they're really just kinks in the road, and it's just one long straight to take us up to the line. And Vito crosses the line 109.8 on his first attempt. That's a lap on the board, and now he can look at his foot down the rest of it for the rest of qualifying. Mekki, no improvement there. Bob Dylan is 10.5 up in the first sector. And Shrew, there is a Haas off track at turn 5. He may have just been doing that to let others through, actually, because there was a couple of cars behind, so if he wasn't on a hot lap, he may have just been letting others through. Bob Dylan then round the final corner will come up to the line shortly, opens up the DRS. Across the line, it's 107.6, a tenth and a half faster. cements his 5th position, only just short of going into P4 ahead of Glads, but not on this occasion. So then, Vito's into the pits then. Greg. So Greg was the one that was off track a minute ago, but he started a new lap. He's headed into sector 2. Let's see if he's improving. Let's just quickly go to Silver Eagle. I think he's on his way round. Oh no, he's way down going into the pits. So let's go back to Greg then. Coming up towards the end of sector 2 now, long sweeping left-hander. Oh, he's 11 seconds down. What's the Alpha Tauri? Is that Glads? It is Glads. He's coming across the line and going quicker as well. 107.392 puts in P3, gives ahead of Arthur. Into P3. We have a Merc on the way round. That's Bob Dylan. He's on a in lap. And this is Arthur here. So slightly up in the first sector. Comes round. Hairpin. Long sweeping left-hander that you need to be qualifying on. Slightly up still, about the same as sector 1. As long as he comes, which tells us he didn't. So into the pits, within up to the end of the second set. Oh, he's just invalidated there, so it wouldn't matter anyway, but he was 4 seconds down, so it didn't matter. Okay then, so at the moment, so let's go then to the McLaren of Simlino, who is on an out lap. Currently sitting P8 on a 108.3. I know he's capable of faster than that, so I expect to see an improvement as long as he completes the lap okay. Round towards the final corner, head up the straight, start the lap. It's such an annoying track this, because you do your out lap, getting yourself all prepared, come out the final corner, come flying up the straight, feel like you're absolutely flying onto a new lap, go into the centre S, slightly outbrake yourself and that's lap over already. It can be so frustrating. Looks like he took it okay there. Tesco retires from the session. That's in the pits. So he feels he's done what he can. Simlino then into the second sector. So we've got this sort of right, it's almost a hairpin. You've got to sort of connect it into the next corner to carry the speed through. You've got to be good on the power out of there, but it can be a bit dodgy sometimes on traction. So then you go round the hairpin, round this left-hander, which is flat out in qualifying. This is what I call the final corner of the lap, and then it's just a few kinks on the main straight leading up to the start-finish line. Short lap. Race lap time, you're looking at 1:10, 1:11. Something like that, but qualifying, as you see, 107s. I wouldn't be too shocked if we see a 106 before the end of the session. So, Leno then improves to a 107.9, which has put him just ahead of Tesco, who's retired out, and Greg, who's retired out, into P7. Let's go then to Christo's on an outlap in the Ferrari, so it won't move to him. We'll go to Winter Place then. It's, oh no, he's well down. So we'll stick with Bob Dylan. Ends sector 2. Oh no, he's 4 seconds down as well. Is it raining or something? I can't see. It's just one of those. You just got to back out, and if something's gone wrong, you're not going to improve your lap. There's no point in wasting the tyres. You may as well back out. So Arthur heads towards the line. No, he doesn't. He heads into the pits. Can someone do a lap? It'd be lovely if somebody would complete a lap for me. Vito's invalidated, so this doesn't matter. Let's go to Christo then, who's just coming into sector 2. Corners. So up towards the end of the sector, he's down, but I've just noticed he's invalidated in a way as well, so no improvement there. Winter Place is invalidated, so he'll be in, should be able to get out in time. Bob Dylan's invalidated. Don't know anything about these boys, they might still be able to get into the pits and get out again if they hurry. It's going to be tight. Lino, invalidation, Christo. Coming up to the end of the first sector then. Christo. It's 2 temps up. Oh, sorry, yeah, let's just go to Vito. He's just about to cross the line. He's on an improvement. And he goes 1:08.7, which is 1.1 seconds quicker than he went previously. And gains him a place ahead of Christo for the moment. He's gone just over a tenth ahead of Christo. Christo was improving by 2 tenths in the first sector. See if he's managed to carry that through to sector 2. Nearly 4 attempts up at the end of sector 2. So this is putting him somewhere around P9. Winter Place decided he couldn't get out again then, so he's retired from the session. So is Bob Dylan. I think they had enough time. Personally, I don't know what happened to Christo. He went P9. I completely lost view of him then. That was weird. But he done a 1:08.4. Has gone P9. Vito's invalidated. Let's go for a second. Glads. He's coming towards the end of sector 2. The guys ahead of him clearly driving slowly, because they got yellow flags coming out. Glads is almost level with his PB. Fortunately for him, wow, look at this traffic. He is getting a tow though, off the Aston Martin. Doesn't improve. The ironic thing there was that Aston Martin was, well, there was only one, Silver Eagle, who was the driver ahead of Glads. He could easily have towed him over the line and put Glads ahead of him then, but he didn't. And he started his lap for an attempt at pole position. He's 3/4 of a tenth down in the first sector. But, that's nothing really when you go into the second sector. This is where most of the time is made or lost. So, yeah, 10th down, unfortunately, end of sector 2. So unless he knows he had a particularly bad exit onto the straight, I don't think we're going to see an improvement. Didn't look like it was that great an exit there, to be honest. So, and he's going slow there. So, no improvement for Eagle. Glads is going slow. Arthur. Yep, Arthur's still going. So, Arthur and... oh, no. He's behind Arthur on track, so we'll stick with Arthur. He's lost a couple of places since he put his lap in. I didn't notice Mekki. Mekki's jumped up to P4. Apologies, Mekki, I missed that. So Arthur 2 tenths up then. Well, the graphics showing purple in that sector, that could well be true. 2 tenths is putting him either P2 or P3. Depending on this final sector, he crosses the line then, goes 1:07, 1:80, puts him P2 ahead of Silver Eagle. Let's go down to Idle North, who's invalidated actually. So that then is the end of qualifying. So congratulations to Winter Place, who takes pole position for the Interlagos Brazil Grand Prix. with a 107 flat. Arthur P2 then in the Williams, Silver Eagle P3, Arthur just nipping him at the end. Glad takes P4, the two Portuguese guys, P4 and P5, AlphaTauri and Alpine. Bob Dylan in P6, high qualifying from Bob today, well done mate. Lino in 7, Tesco 8, Christo 9, Greg in 10, Ghost Rider 11, Vito 12, Sky Pele P13, and I don't know if P14. So the top 10, as you can see, all qualifying on the soft tyres. We'll start on those. 11th to 14th have the choice. They are all the incidents, there's no further ones, so just in case the stewards needed them. Excellent. So decent qualifying, really close as well, which is great to see and should lead to a really close, good race. So hopefully that's what we will see in just a moment. We'll take a break, guys. We usually take around about 5 minutes, so just bear with us, and I'll pop you on the break screen and be back with you in a moment for the formation lap. See you in a bit. Right, hello everyone. Apparently we didn't have much of a break there. We're up on the formation lap, but it enabled me to get a coffee, which is the main thing. So I can't do this without my coffee. You can see on your screen I've just brought up the current standings, which is another reason why I'm a little surprised at the attendance tonight, because it's really tight. So, of course, it's only just dawned on me, it is Father's Day as well, so perhaps that's got something to do with it as well, to be fair. In a way, driver standings then, so as you can see at the moment, TTV Glads is leading the way by 12 points from Drunken Shamrock, who is only 2 points ahead of Winter Place. So Winter Place still very much in the title fight to retain his championship. I'd say this: Winter Place and TTV Glads are going to be the two of the guys further up the field today, so they're probably going to be fighting at some point during the race, which will make it interesting. Tommy Real not with us, Fentos not with us, so a chance for Silver Eagle to move himself a bit further up the table. Looking at the constructors then, because I'm just aware they're already coming back round to the starting grid. So AlphaTauri leading the way on 90, Haas 63, Red Bull 62. So really tight there. Ferrari only on 56 as well. So, and then you got Alpine on 46, Williams and Mercedes 45, Aston Martin 41, 32 and 31, Alfa Romeo and McLaren. So none of the teams particularly struggling to pick up points so far this season, which is absolutely brilliant. And good to see. So, in a way, let me get us back onto the main game channel. Please don't take ages. Live stream, I don't want us to start. It's going to take ages. I don't believe that's going to start. So the lights are coming on. And they are off. Winter Place gets off to a good lead, a good start. Takes the lead into the first corner. I can't believe I'm missing this because light stream is messed up. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry guys, but Lightstream has completely crashed. I'm having to reload it. I can only talk you through it. So Winter Place stays in the lead. Arthur P2, Glads P3, Silver Eagle P4, Simlino is P5, Meki 6, Bob Dylan 7, Ghost Rider 8. Position change wise, Tesco, well, the two Ferraris have dropped to the back, so Christo's 13th, Tesco 14th. Don't know whether they've come together or not. I'm doing my best as quickly as possible to try and get you back to the main screen, but my apologies about this. And light stream. Right, okay, I think I've just done it, so you should be back. My apologies. The good news is I won't be using Lightstream for very much longer because Twitch Studio has finally pulled their fingers out and actually made a good app now, so I'll be switching to that because I don't have to pay for that either. So clearly one of the Ferraris took some damage because they're into the pits of Christo. At the moment, the whole field's still pretty close. Difficult when it's like this to know who to watch, where a move might happen. Looks like there might be something happening down here. That is Bob Dylan right on the back of Ghost Rider. As we've got a virtual safety car. I've absolutely no idea why we've got a virtual safety car. Sky Pele seems to have fallen off the back, so in P12. Oh, he's lost his front wing. So it's debris on the track then that's caused the safety car, so he's going to have to pit. Say it's only a virtual, it's not a full, but he's going to have to pit. He would love the virtual safety car to still be out when he does that, but there's ways at this track he can get himself back into it though. He's probably best off switching to a new set of softs. There's Bob Dylan pits as well. Into the pits, puts on a set of mediums, just taking advantage of the VSC. Sky Pele has made it round, and the VSC finishes. Drive-through penalty, TV Glads picks up a drive-through. He's just gone over Delta right at the end of the safety car. It's gonna hurt. And if he takes it this lap, he might squeeze out ahead of Bob Dylan, who's currently running P11. Or, especially as he's not like in any clear air at the moment, so he might be best off taking it this lap so he comes out in clear air. And the truth is that Bob Dylan is catching, so I think I would be taking it this lap if I'm honest, and in he does, so we'll keep an eye on that as everybody of course moves up. The other reason to take it earlier, of course, is that it's sim racing, so you never quite know when a safety car is going to come out. You don't want to still be out on track with that drive-through if a safety car comes out. That is Winter Place right on the back of Arthur for the lead, by the way. So Glads has dropped down. It looks like he's gotten out just ahead of Idle North, I think. Yeah, he's way in front of Bob Dylan. So the drive-through doesn't cost you that much time here then, I don't think. Anyway, well ahead of Bob Dylan as Christo sets the fastest lap of the race. We continue to watch this battle. DRS enabled, of course, so Winter Place is right on board with him for this. He's going to pick up DRS. Right, here we go. Starting to draw him in. Oh, Cody's isn't going to give me any sort of angle to watch this. Thank you. Okay, so Winter Place makes the move nicely. Arthur leaving plenty of room for him. And good awareness, so Winter Place goes into P1. So Arthur picks up the DRS there, has a little look, but clearly decides it's not close enough. Let's get the move back. There is a McLaren round, that is Lino, who's been round. He's got it going again now, just in front of Greg. Greg's going to go side by side here. This sweeping right-hander, and it's going to have the inside of the hairpin. As close to a hairpin as we get, in a way. So Greg takes P6 off of Lino. Just looking down the order. Here's only the front two, and the two that we just saw, Greg and Lino, that are within DRS. Everybody else supposed to add a little bit already. But there are different strategies going on. Bob Dylan took the option to pit under the VSC, which could benefit later in the race. And he will still have to pit again, and there's no way he'll be able to go to the end on those mediums. Vito into the pits. So that's got to be damage. He won't be pitting now, unless that was damage. Well, it could have been the same with Bob Dylan, I don't know. I just thought maybe he chose to take advantage of the VSC, but Vito then is on his way. It looks like he's going to get out ahead of the Ferraris, so he's going to come out in P11. As Arthur's retaking the lead ahead of Winter Place. Just looking down the order again, this still remains our only close battle now. So Pele picks up 3 seconds. Arthur coming under attack again from Winter Place, who retakes the lead once more. These guys really going at it and putting in some good racing here. Potentially, they could be at this all afternoon. Look at this. We're going to swap positions again into turn 4. So Arthur retains the lead for the rest of this lap, and we will go again when they get round to the main straight once more. So just looking further down, the pit stops have enabled Glads back up to P8. It's a bit of damage limitation now for Glads. He's obviously leading the championship. His only benefit having to take that of taking a drive through when he did was that he came out in completely clean air. Let's just watch this one again. The same's going to happen again. So through goes Winter Place into the Senna S. Now Arthur will pick up DRS again, and through we go again. So as I said, they look so even actually, so that they could seriously be doing this lap after lap after lap. Just going down because this is Lino having a look at Greg. So that was a move into turn 4. Greg obliging and leaving plenty of room for Lino. Jumps that corner a little bit. And Lino now after his teammate Ghost Rider, as he's now back up into P6. Bristow has caught the back of Vito. This is turn 4, so not close enough to get that move done this time. Let's go back to the leaders because they're coming back to the CNS again. Frugos wins the place. And look how close to the back Arthur is, so I'll say it now. Arthur goes through into turn 4. And retakes the lead. It's becoming a bit predictable, this, isn't it? Lino into the pits then. Don't know if he picked up some damage. Overtakes, he's already exiting, in fact, so... Let's watch this. This could be close between Lino and Bob Dylan. It's mighty close. It looks like Lino's just going to get this. Ridiculously, Lino had DRS. Did you notice his DRS S flap open? Because he must have been close enough to Ghost Rider or Greg or whoever it was on pit entry. He still had DRS when exiting the pits. So it's Vito and Christo. Sorry, let's just go back to the leaders because it's happening again. Winter Place has taken the lead into turn 1. He's a little bit further ahead this time. He might be able to hold this one. No, what am I talking about? Of course he's not. So, Arthur back ahead. I could try defending the inside of that corner. Winter Place. There's only one lap where he's going to want to do that, and that's the final lap. It's, otherwise, it's not a huge amount of point really fighting that much. These are just swapping positions in a way. Greg then has just been overtaken by TTV Glads, who's now recovered to P6. On for a very good recovery. Sky Pele is out. We've lost Sky Pele. He's down here somewhere. He's over there, I think, somewhere. There he is. Over there. So, Sky Pele out of the race. Full safety car comes out. Even better for TTV Glads. There's not a lot of strategy that's going to go on here. All of the top 7 are going to pit, surely. Off of their softs. Who's going to opt for the hards to the end? Still probably a bit far from mediums. So who's going to have a gamble at hards to the end? For me, these medium guys that go into mediums have probably got to pit again. Ghost Rider's actually gone to softs. It's one of those, by the time the safety car comes in, it's probably not impossible to push the mediums out, but it ain't going to be very fast later on. So everybody pitting. Christo, yeah, Christo's pitting. Vito's not. Vito's going to see if he can pick up a few places. He's not long pitted. So he moves ahead of Christo. He moves ahead of Bob Dylan. He's going to move ahead of Lino as well. He's up to P9. Takes some nice track position there as Vito. So any drive? Yeah, just the one. Christo has opted for hards to the end. So it's risky, the hards. I'm not gonna lie, it is risky because they're not as fast as the other tyres around here. I mean, obviously that's obvious, but you know what I mean. It is quite a big tyre advantage around here, speed-wise. So it's one of those things, but it's different strategy. Master Goku, you can do one. Right then, Bob Dylan's just catching up to the back of the pack now. As everybody pitted, we don't have anybody who's going to pit this lap. And therefore, well, I was going to say we should get going next lap, but actually Tesco's got a long way to catch up, so Well, at least for the Ferrari boys, they can get themselves to the back of the pack again, because obviously the start of the race went wrong for them. Not sure why, but Tesco opts to pit again, which could well see us go in another lap again. Oh, he'd managed to damage his front wing somehow. Under safety car, so in he comes again onto a set of softs, goes Tesco. Christo now on the back of the pack. Tesco just coming through the centre S on the pit exit. The rest of the pack are just coming towards the end of sector 2, so as I say, Tesco's got a way to catch up. In lap 13 will definitely be under safety car. If I was Tesco, I don't think he's listening, but I wouldn't be pushing these tyres too hard. We've gone to softs. You've got the time, mate. You don't need to drain your tyres to get to the back of the pack. You'll get there easily. Don't worry about it too much. But anyway, let's have a look at the position changes then. Well, quick look at the penalties. So Lino at the moment's got 6 seconds, Christo 3 and Tesco 3. Position change-wise, Ghost Rider having the best. Well, actually, Ghost Rider and Idle North having the best start to the race. Both up 6 places. Poorest, of course, the Ferrari of Tesco is down 5. Bob Dylan's down 5 at the moment, but all to play for yet. More than half the race to go. There's Tesco not too far away from the back of the pack now. They've just rang this double left-hander. They're just on this right-hander here. You could just about see them. So he is catching the back of his teammate. I think that's good for us, really. The safety car has probably come at a good time because the gaps, apart from the front 2 and 1 or 2 others, the gaps were just stretching out a little bit. So maybe it's a good time for a safety car to come just to bunch everyone up. There's the confirmation safety car in this lap. Let's go to Winter Place, see if we can catch Arthur out, or whoever Arthur catches us out. So, where is he gonna go? There he goes. It does look like he catches Winter Place a little bit. Is Winter Place? No, doesn't seem to be. There's a move going on there. That's TCB Glads making a move on Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider half the inside of the next. Oh, the Alpine of Meki went a little bit wrong and nearly backed up into both of them. Oh, look at this, how close this is. This is a bit tight at the moment. Glad's not willing to back out at this stage. He's going for this place and does get it off the McLaren, so moves back into P5. The recovery drive continues from TTB Glads. And that was actually brilliant racing from all of them, really. No contacts when there are so many of them. So many of them close together. Let's go down to Idle North, who's also now caught the back of Ghost Rider. So sorry for sets the fastest in the race. No real fresh tyres. So I think we may. He's attacking the back of Meki now. The Alpine. Obviously no DRS yet. We're I know there's a lot of moves because difficult with no DRS, but here's one. This is Tesco having a look at Vito. I'm afraid that shot there, Tesco. Weren't really far enough alongside to warrant the space. He will continue to battle. As, oh dear. Okay, Vito ends up losing the place to Tesco and Lino. But Tesco's had a good restart, hasn't he? He was the man we were waiting to catch up to the back of the field. Oh, and that's a big smash. That's Vito gone. That was a big smash, and that's it. Yeah, it is a safety car. I was going to say that's a guaranteed safety car. On the main straight part of the track where people will probably be hugging the left-hand side a little bit is right where they're going to be. So, guaranteed safety car on that one, I'm afraid. So, Vito leaves the session. All seems to stem from him running wide at the final corner and just fall apart from there, really. Just having a look at tyres. Again, are we likely... well, Vito was the one that stayed out and gained some places under the safety car. So, no, I don't think we're likely to see any pit stops unless guys like Ghost Rider, Idle North and Tesco decide they're going to go a set of mediums to the end now. Which means that this little stint will have gone completely against them. Those mediums, softs will go plenty of laps around here. You can do a one stop around here, 16 laps on softs, 20 on mediums, or a variation of that. So in comes Tesco then, so he is going to do it. I don't think when Vito lost it, I don't think he made contact with anyone else, but I can't be 100% sure on that because I sort of saw it in the background. What's happened to Greg? He must have pitted and he's gotten back out just in front of the safety car. So he very nearly ended up a lap down there. Word of advice, if you find yourself miles down at the back and the safety car comes out, do another lap so that you catch up back up to the safety car a bit, then pit, then fully catch up, rather than risking going a lap down because the safety car gets just ahead of you. So, what's actually happening then? So, I'm thinking now with the two safety cars since we've had these guys put these mediums on the first safety car. They've only done a couple of race laps on them. All the rest have been under safety car. So these are now probably usable to the end. I don't think they're likely to pit again now. Whereas before it was probably a bit iffy. Now I think it's definite they'll go to the end. We have 19 laps remaining. This one's going to be under safety car, so it's going to be probably 18 laps to the end. Although I say that, Greg's still got a long way to catch up, so the safety car may yet go another lap. We'll have to see. Go to Greg. Let's give Greg a bit of airtime and the Haas team. He's catching up, just coming along the main straight now. So start finish line and then into the Senna S. As you can see, the safety car is already in sector 2. So I don't think he's going to catch up in time for the end of this lap. I don't think the safety car has to come in this lap. I think it can do another lap still. Sure, it's only done 2 laps so far. I think it could do 3, the safety car, before it comes in and wait. So it's not too far off now. Just this corner and the next corner. So he's basically 3 corners behind it, but they're corners in close proximity to each other. So It's just literally on the other side of this bit of track, but surely going to be too late. I may as well take this moment actually to tell you I raced Portimao last night in another league, and we had what was actually quite hilarious in the end. After the race, when we were talking about it, was funny. At the time, it wasn't. But we had a safety car come out, and we're all driving round, and we get the message come up saying safety car in this lap. So he's doing all the usual stuff with the front guy having to slow down, and Christo pits there, by the way. He's going to switch off for the hards to a set of mediums, I'd imagine. So yeah, it's come up with a message, safety car in this lap, and we're all driving around behind it, and the leader's slowing down. The leader then goes, we all go, before he slams the brakes, because the safety car, despite saying safety car in this lap, it decided it was playing a trick on us, basically, and it stayed out. And we all had to slam the brakes. Luckily, no one hit anyone. I don't know how, but nobody hit anyone, and on we continued. But and then it finally come in the next lap instead. But something I've never seen it. That's something I've not had happen on this game before last night. I've had almost all the other glitches, including safety cars falling from the sky once. That was fun. We ended up, I think we had 3 safety cars on the track, all that had just fallen out the sky instead of coming out the pits. That was in a brand new formed league, that was, and that was our very first ever race in that league. So there's the confirmation here anyway. Safety car in this lap. Let's go. It's the same as last time. Martha's leading the way. Winter Place in P2. So let's ride with Winter Place again. Or no, actually, let's ride with Silver Eagle. Despite him being up in the top 3, I've barely seen him today, Silver Eagle. Which is, in a way, a sign that somebody's having a good race normally, when you barely see them. So Arthur leaving it much later this time, and it's gonna go, there he goes. So again, he makes a start well, but TTV Glads was right on his toes there, and is looking to get past Silver Eagle and makes the move stick. So up into P3 goes TTV Glads, and this recovery drive from TTV Glads is basically complete now. He's doing what he needs to do. He's only 1 place behind Winter Place. Bob Dylan picks up 3 seconds. Oh, he's fallen to the back. What's happened to Bob? He's been off. He's lost his front wing. Oh, and 2 drivers are out. Lino and Meki are out. That's right in the middle of Sector 2. Now, usually that would be a guaranteed safety car, but because it's the first lap since the safety car come in, I think we're going to get away with it. They're both off track, actually, as well, so... Oh no, we are going to have one. We're not going to get away with it. Full safety car. That's a rather late shout. Why would you call that after the final car on the track's driven past them? I'm sure Bob Dylan doesn't mind, though. It'll enable him to recover to the pits and get a new wing. We are now getting to the territory where people will be thinking about putting softs on the car to go to the end instead. So Ghost Rider's coming in off a 9-lap softs in a way. I'm not sure why Idle Norse not followed him. Ghost Rider needed a new front wing. Winter Place is pitted. It's on mediums to the end. We're definitely in soft territory now. 16 laps to the end as it is. Safety car will probably do 2 of those. So 14 laps is perfectly doable around here on softs. So, oh, Ghost Rider will hate the fact that I've caught that on stream. If he watches it back later on, just gives the wall a clatter on pit exit there. See if Bob could do the same thing. Sweet. No. Bob avoided it. He's alright. So, let's have a look then. So, the main thing here, of course, we're down to the 10 runners, so anybody who finishes the race from here will score points. Got myself all tangled up in my wire from my controller. Go. Sorted. So, it's just waiting for Bob to catch up. He's going to catch up this next lap, so safety car will come in at the end of lap 22. We go on lap 23, which means 14 laps remaining. These guys, it may look like these guys on mediums are pushing their tyres a bit too much to go another 14 laps yet, but this is the third safety car that these tyres have done, so although they're 10 laps old, I think something like 7 or 8 of the laps, 7 laps I think, have been done under safety cars, so it won't be as worn as if they were race laps. Idle North on the other hand, well, answers on a postcard why he didn't pit there. I think he had to. Even though it's the same scenario, of course, he's done 7 laps or whatever on under safety car conditions. Because they're softs, I bet they're still pushing towards 20% wear. At least. So Bob Dylan has called up to the back. Slightly different order this time, so Glads is leading the way now. After having to take the drive-through penalty earlier on for speeding under virtual safety car. he is now legitimately back in the lead of this race. He doesn't have to pit again. And he is the man that's currently leading the championship. Winter Place opted to take a pit stop there and has dropped down to 8th place, so he's lost the track position, but he's got fresh tyres to the end, which could be important. We shall see. So Glads goes. Doesn't really catch Arthur, but Arthur not reacting quick enough to make a move. Looks like we might have something happening. No. Unless the Ferrari and Tesco can get a move. And Idle North into turn 4. Actually can't. I'm going to go back to the front 2 because I noticed they were getting pretty close at turn 4, so stands. That's leading the way from Arthur. Arthur all over the back of him though. Mighty close. So Winter Place has already made up 2 places to P6. Tesco ahead of him. I'm sure he won't take too long to close the gap there. Is Arthur going to be able to get a move into turn 1 just through slipstream alone? Side by side, coming towards the Senate S, and through goes Arthur. And retakes the lead from Glads. And away he goes. There's obviously no DRS yet, so Glads not likely to be able to come back this lap. That will have to wait. Some others. So Tesco, as you can see, is sticking to the back of Idle North. Idle North's the one that chose to stay out on the softs. Cristo had to pit in the other Ferrari. There's some carbon fibre has come off one of the cars. And I think that's Tesco. Has lost his front end plate, his left end plate. So again, Ferrari in the wars. Cristo's already had to pit since the safety car. Tesco will not have to pit. They're both going to drop to the back again. After Tesco was really making his way through, it allows Winter Place back up into P5. He will now chase Idle North on those pretty worn soft tyres as race control enables DRS once more. Tesco bits ahead of his teammate, but that's not really any sort of solace for him. Let's go to Bob Dylan, who's... Well, look at this. Ghost Rider and Greg side by side. Bob seeing if he can take any advantage of this, and he has. Greg's dropped back. Tiny little touch there, Ghost Rider and Bob Dylan, but not anything that's going to cause any damage or anything. So Tesco doesn't get out in front of his teammate, in fact. Christo goes through and moves into P9. Well, the Ferrari's going to have their own little battle then. And at the back. As Winter Place gets ahead of Idle North, but we're with Bob Dylan. So we'll stick to the onboard camera because the camera's around here. And through goes then Bob Dylan with the DRS advantage ahead of Ghost Rider. He will now, Bob Dylan, look to catch Idle North ahead, who is on 14 lap hold softs. I still do not believe he can take those tyres to the end, but we will have to see. Bob Dylan should be able to catch him. No, Bob Dylan, of course, is on 12 lap mediums himself, so it's not likely to be a case of catching him at a rate of knots or anything like that. Let's look at this. The top four, top five, because Idle North's sticking with them. All mighty, mighty close, but Idle North just dropped out of DRS range, so he loses that defence against Bob Dylan. Really drop it. Oh, he's into the pits, is Idle North. Okay, so yeah, we were right. Should have pitted out of the last safety car. He'll be kicking himself now for that. He's going to be way behind 7th place. Everybody ahead of him is going to the end, I believe. So then, Bob Dylan up into 5th, Ghost Rider up in 6th, Greg up in 7th. Idle North's on the exit, so he's going to get out ahead of both Ferraris, which should have expected. Tesco sets the fastest lap of the race, 109.6, chasing his teammate. But let's go to them. We can have a look at the Ferraris having a little fight together. P9 and P10. Under the DRS. Tesco not able to get it done there. So I kind of want to move back up to Winter Place, I'm afraid, because he's right on the back of Silver Eagle. Obviously, Winter Place chose to pit, and the fact that he's got up to P4 so fast and he's attacking the back of P3 already could mean that Winter Place is again this week. Last week I applauded him for the strategy. Has he done it again here in Brazil? Tesco still can't get past. So let's go back to the Ferraris a second, because they're in DRS zone again. Go on, Tesco. You can do it. Sorry, Christo. I'm not supporting anyone against you, mate. No, you can't do it. Christo still fights him off. Winter Place, then, is up into P3 ahead of Silver Eagle, which we saw. Tesco picks up 3 seconds trying to get past his teammate. Oh, dear. No team orders at Ferrari, they are fighting for P9. So then, this is important, this. Winter Place obviously wants to be able to lower that gap to Glads. Glads being the man ahead of him, but Winter Place has a penalty. Just feel that if Winter Place could get past Glads and then get past Arthur, he may be able to stretch the gap because he's got the fresher tyres. And Christo and Tesco again. Well, they exchange positions there. Tesco's falling off the back as Christo picks up 3 seconds in this battle. Ferraris are really giving us a bit of a battle. So, I mean, we can't stop watching these top 3-4 guys. He is top 4 because Silver Eagle's absolutely still with them, still within DRS. Bob Dylan's pitting! Bob, what are you doing? Well, into the pits comes Bob Dylan. He's going to drop to P8. It might even be close for the Ferraris who are coming across the start-finish line. I think the Ferraris are going to get ahead of him. That's disaster for Bob Dylan. I'm not... His tyres are the same wear as those ahead. I thought he'd be going to the end. He'll be very quick now to the end. Tesco finally got ahead of Christo and now he spun it! Well, did the two Ferraris come together there? Find out if they're fighting in chat afterwards. So this battle continues for P1, 2, 3 and even 4. And Silver Eagle is dropping back a bit, but he still is within DRS range. And he's there waiting to pick up the pieces if something goes wrong here. Still feel it if Winter plays. He definitely looks the fastest out of the 3. Or out of the 4, sorry. So just needs to... Well, I don't know what he needs to do because, well, Glads keeps getting DRS off of Arthur. It makes it so hard for him to get past, and Glads has got loads of energy left. Arthur not so much. As Tesco and Bob Dylan pit again. Well, we saw Tesco go off track and he hit the wall, so we knew he needed a new front wing. I'm not sure what happened to Bob. Arthur then. That's nowhere near close enough. Again, in turn, once a place. Because of that DRS that Glads have got, just not able to do anything about it. Now that gap looks pretty substantial there to Silver Eagle, but he is still within DRS again. You can see the pace of Winter Place. You can see the way he's having to coast into corners because he's just about hit the back of Glads there. So I get a different angle here. And this time, Glads I believe Glads missed. Oh no, we haven't reached it yet. That was I think Glads did get DRS. Just. But I think Winter Place is going to get him. We go side by side into the centre S. Glads has got the grip advantage. Brilliant driving from the pair of them, leaving plenty of room. But Glads will get, Winter Place will get it here, surely. Well, Glads is going to be able to defend because he's got that extra energy. Amazingly, he still holds on to P2 for a massive attack from Winter Place that time. Really does well to hold him off. And that was some really, really good top racing from these two. Through there. Let's see. I think that was the moment Winter Place sort of decided, this, I'm going for it here. This is... So, however, this time, I don't think Glads has got DRS. No, he hasn't. So this is going to be an easy move this time for Windsor Place. As he goes through, takes P2 on track. Of course, that's the penalty. You will see him now close that gap to Arthur. He's already got DRS to Arthur. This opens up the wing. And you may well see a move for the lead from Winter Place on the main straight. He will have 2 laps to try and increase the gap. His penalty is 3 seconds. That seems pretty impossible. But of course, it won't be particularly important that he gets the gap over Arthur. It's getting the gap to Glads that he needs to do. So, at the moment, he's not close enough to get the move done on the main straight. Possibly on the second straight. Arthur seems like he's managing to handle those worn mediums a bit better than the others. Again, maybe a bit difficult for Windsor Place to get past, but Windsor Place is close into the centre S. So it's all about this exit here, and it looks like he's got a decent exit. Let's go on board then. Well, both cars' red lights are going to be flashing. He couldn't get the move there, Windsor Place, so unfortunately I think that's his last opportunity to be able to get the gap to TCB Glads, was to get through there. But even then it was going to be a massive order. A massive ask. So, something happens. I lost all my timings. That usually means someone's either left or rejoined. So you can clearly see there that this time, oh, he's picked up another 3 seconds, and that just destroys everything. He'll get the lead here. There's no actual need for Arthur to try and fight this. So through into the lead goes Winter Place, but now has 6 seconds of penalties, so will drop to P4 at the end. Tesco picks up another penalty. So yeah, there's confirmation. Winter Place is on 6 seconds. Ghost Rider on 9, Christo's on 6, Tesco's on 9, and Bob Dylan's on 3. Everybody else penalty free. So, sorry I missed that. I forgot back ahead of Winter Place into turn 4. I wonder if we'll have a little drag line for a drag race for the line. Not that it matters because of the penalty, but just to give us a bit exciting. Oh, Winter Place, I think, lost a bit of traction there, a bit of oversteer. So it's probably not going to happen. So Arthur wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. Winter Place finishes second on track, but it's demoted to 4th. TTB Glads promoted to 2nd. Silver Eagle takes the final podium place. Greg in the second Haas, so Haas will finish P4 and P5. So a good day for Haas. As Greg comes to the line then, Idle North directly behind him in P6. Ghost Rider crosses the line at P7. He will hold that. The gap to Christo's enough, so Christo will be P8. Bob Dylan will be P9 because Tesco's got 9 seconds of penalties in a way, so it doesn't matter which order they cross the line in. I think if Bob Dylan watches this back later on, he may kick himself for pitting off the mediums, particularly as he then had to pit again after picking up some damage. So, having said that, I don't know if he pitted the first time off the mediums because he had damage, so I'm not 100% sure. But in a way, 10 drivers finished, so they all pick up points. Tesco with the 1 point at the end. So here it comes. Every little helps, Tesco. You picked it up, mate. 1 point. Oh, that's going to be my joke every week if he does something that I can use it on. In a way, Arthur celebrates with a champagne. CTV Glads will celebrate as well because he's extended his championship league going into the final round next week. Silver Eagle picks up P3, my apologies, for the last podium slot. P4 wins a place, Greg 5, Idle North 6, Ghost Rider 7, Christo 8, Bob Dylan 9, Tesco in 10. Unfortunately, we lost Simlino, Meki, Vito, and Sky Pele. Overall, I have to say, that was quite an enjoyable race. It was plenty of moves going on. Arthur and Winter Place swapping the lead, I don't know how many times at the start. Yeah, some great racing there. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Shame we didn't have more on the grid at the start. So it did go out to 14. It wasn't 12 in the end, it was 14. But yeah, shame we didn't have more on the grid. But still, it was still a really enjoyable race to commentate on. I enjoyed it. Let's just get any instance for the stewards, just in case they need them. There we go. They don't often come in handy, but every so often helps. So fastest lap of the race, by the way, went to Idle North with a 109.1, so congratulations on that one. But congratulations to race winner, and he's put up a really brilliant performance throughout there, to be fair, did Arthur. And our 2 podium boys, well done to all of you. But on the whole, well done to all finishers as well. We all pick up points, as I say, and really did give a good, interesting, fun race there. So, yeah, thank you very much. As always, guys, a massive thank you to anybody who's watched us live, and a massive thank you to everybody who watches the race back as well. I know that people do because I see the views and everything. So thank you ever so much. It's all appreciated. We then will be going. So next week is the final round of the season. And we are at Portimao, Portugal, where it's short qualifying followed by 100% race with double points. So I'd forgotten about the double points bit. So I mean, that confirms that the championship is completely wide open. Although Glads has certainly given himself a real chance going into next week. It's home Grand Prix as well. So him and Meki's home Grand Prix. So it'll be a great watch. Hopefully we'll have a full grid, and hopefully I will see you there. So it'll be 6 PM next Sunday for the final race of the season. So thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evenings, and I'll see you next week.